as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Bill's Inside HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Some carriers will give you just one measly entertainment subscription. One is no fun. With Verizon, there's up to 7 entertainment subscriptions with your unlimited plan. That's 7 times the... 7 times the... No! 7 times the... Music, gaming, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, and more. That's 7 times the entertainment! Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
One bite of 100% Angus beef ballpark frank, and you'll say... Hello, summer. Oh yeah, it's ballpark season.
At CDW, we get speed as the new currency of success.
Our team spends way too much time tending to outdated applications and software when they should be focused on driving application agility and innovation.
CDW Amplified Development Services modernizes software and application development to help accelerate innovation and digital transformation.
So you mean building new applications, UI, and mobile interfaces?
Well, you said you needed to innovate more quickly.
Oh, so he's a listener.
To do more at scale, trust CDW Amplified Development Services.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell them mama hungry.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Hey, good people, once again, you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, it is I, your uncle who knows way too much about pop culture, TV, movies, and comic books, your Uncle John. And as always, we have our esteemed panel of hosts and one special guest. But before we get to him, let's welcome from the planet of Florida, by way of the Galaxy, Uncle Rod.
What's going on, everybody?
Coming from the booty chair, we have Uncle Percy, who's actually in a meeting. He's so important that he attends board meetings during these shows, but that's okay. Thank you for joining us, Uncle Percy.
I can hear you guys.
I didn't say you couldn't. I ain't scared of you, man. And our very special guest, he's not a guest because he's a host, but the Red Bone Assassin, Uncle DJ. What's good, Doctor?
What's up, homies?
All right.
And behind the ones and twos, as always, Uncle Roy, but he's doing double duty, so he may be peeking in and out. But, you know, he does that. Our very special guest for this evening, the COO of Second Sight Publishing, Mr. Marcus Roberts. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Glad to be here. Glad to be among such esteemed guests and colleagues.
Oh, you be careful now.
They're coming later.
No. Be careful now. Between our language and the drinks that Uncle DJ's down, and you may retract that esteem. First and foremost, sir, please, for our audience, tell us or tell them who you are.
All right. Well, I am Marcus Roberts. As it was stated, I'm the COO of Second Sight Publishing. We are a black-owned, black-run comic book company. We publish titles such as These Damn Kids, our new release, Sunny. Bradley Golden is the CEO. I myself also am a comic creator. I've been pretty active in the black comic book community since about 2010, starting with the World of Black Heroes. I used to contribute content, articles, do research for characters to put on the website, that type of thing. And after about, I don't know, 8 years of doing that, I had created a comic book, The Protector. The Protector was nominated for a Glyph Comics Award in 2019. I came back again in 2020 with Hedge Hollow, which was nominated for a Glyph Comics Award as well. At that time, also, I joined forces with Bradley, and we started producing anthologies. We first published our anthology through Caliber Comics, the Mississippi Zombie. And then we went on to form the company in 2020, and we've been putting out stuff ever since then.
Man, I have to say, first and foremost, it was a pleasure seeing you at the Urban Nerd Con. We had a blast.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, man. I think when I first found out about it, I was excited about it because I know, living in Florida as well, we don't have a lot of black themed cons that spread all over. I mean, you go to Atlanta and get about 3 or 4 or 5 of them. But other than that, in the South, you just don't have that. So for this con to happen at this time in that city, I mean, you couldn't ask for better.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Man,
Go
I
ahead,
don't think I
Rob.
walked around so much. I don't think I walked around so much in 48 hours in my life. In that con. I mean, it was a trip. It started out pretty hectic, but after things got rolling, it was it was all downhill and it was all love. I got a chance to meet all of the creators, have real conversations with them, and I love the panels. You know what I mean? The panels were really, really cool.
Oh yeah. Oh, the panels, man, they definitely were probably the best part. I mean, I enjoy meeting fans. I enjoy meeting my fellow creators, but the panels, we actually had people who participated. I've done panels where, people sit there and they'll listen, but they don't actually participate. They won't raise their hand. They won't ask questions, but it was people who were participating. Not only were they there to listen to whatever information was being given, but they had questions, and there were just big groups of knowledgeable people on the panels that were able to answer the questions.
Yeah, to me that was the best part. The participation, definitely.
So, Marcus, if you don't mind me asking, what was, I know when you started out, there probably weren't that many horror comics out there at the time. And being independent, black, and a horror line, there had to be some kind of trepidation starting out. Were you just like, to hell with it, I'm pushing forward, or what was your mindset starting out?
Well, I've always enjoyed horror comic books. I've been collecting comic books for the majority of my life, since I was in single digits. So I've always enjoyed reading the horror comics. But more so, back in the day, Marvel had this line of comics called Supernatural Tales. And their issue 5 was The Mummy. And what a lot of people didn't realize was The Mummy was a black character. The Mummy is a black horror character, the second black horror character for Marvel, and the first to have his own series. I was just locked in on that. And I found out about this creator. His name is Wayne Howard. Wayne Howard wrote and created the Midnight Tales books. So I was already into that. But as I got older, and really once I got in the industry, it was realizing that Wayne Howard, the black man, was the first artist / creator to have his name on the cover of a book. The very first one, period. The brother did this. And the president of the publishing company said, yeah, he deserved it. He did everything in the book. He wrote it. He drew it. Did the cover. Why not his name on the cover? So having, things like that as a background with horror, once I decided to do horror, I mean, I was already into it. I was already in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna
go ahead.
say, I was gonna, yeah, just real quick. I noticed that really quickly that you were one of the few publishers that actually had horror titles. Like a lot of them. Like everybody else was pretty much doing standard superhero stuff, which is cool, and a lot of your stuff is superhero stuff, which is cool too. But it seemed like you were like making a concerted effort to specialize in that.
Oh yeah, horror is our thing. Hooking up with Bradley when we did the Mississippi Zombie, and Bradley and I hooked up with that back in 2018. So in talking with him and seeing what he had going on with his Leave on the Light title that was published through Antarctic Press, and what a lot of people don't realize about that Leave on the Light title is that it was one of the best-selling books during its time at Antarctic Press, averaging over 7,000 units per issue, all 3 issues.
Wow.
The man can sell some horror books. His Cold Blooded, which was at Antarctic Press, was under the horror comics line. Same thing. Over 6,000 units in sale, all 3
That's
issues.
fantastic. That's fantastic. So there is an audience for horror. So
yeah, not only is there an audience, but there is a black audience for horror.
Come on.
I mean,
come on now.
We are often overlooked in this thing, but we are there. I just maybe a day ago was messaging back and forth with John Jennings, and I pointed out something to him, which is the line of comics from DC, the House of Mystery. Their first series was 321 issues, but only 3 of those covers had black people on it. They did a second series there was a second series that was another 42 issues. So we're talking about a total of 363 issues of books. But only 3 of those books, the covers had black people on it.
Well, you know what, Marcus? We're gonna go deeper into the history of blacks in horror comics, and I want to ask you about the line, the comics in your publishing. We're gonna take a quick break, real quick. We will be back with Mr. Marcus.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora. as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
We're back. You know we're legit when we have and we move around the screen like that. So Marcus, I wanted to ask
Yes,
you
sir.
what books do you have out there now? What can fans expect from the line right now?
All right. Well, right now we did republish the Leave on the Light and the Cold Blooded books in the form of a trade, so you can catch all 3 issues in the trade of that. We have starting the These Damn Kids series, which issue 1 has been out. We had issue with the creative team for issue 2, but we got that worked out, so issue 2 is back in production. We have the title Arisian. The issue 1 is out. Issue 2 should be coming out when we start our new distribution, which I'll get back into that. And then we have the Leave on the Light 1856, written by Brian Hawkins and illustrated by Chris Panda. That actually will be released probably around November or so. And then we have the title Sunny that Bradley and I are co-writing. That's out now, and it will be hitting our other distribution in the next couple of months. We're putting together the final stories for the volume 4 of Mississippi Zombie and volume 3 of Harvest of Horror, which I'm the collection editors on those, and it's just a matter of putting those stories together and packaging it and sending it in. But the big thing that we have going down the coming up the pipe is in November, look for the Kickstarter for Shook, a Black horror anthology. This book will feature writers such as Rodney Barnes, John Jennings, Kevin Grievous, Alvin Ball, David Walker, Bradley and myself, and Evan Park.
Nice.
That's exciting.
That's one to look out for right there. Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I know going back a little bit to the Urban Nerd Con in the writing panel, we kind of touched on mixing of genres, or kind of like almost like crossovers. So I know you started out doing hero books and now you're big into horror. So do you have any crossover events planned, or have you thought about doing any?
I personally hadn't thought about doing it. I like my horror nice and pure. I don't want no superheroes mixed in it. But I mean, you can't deny the success of like the Marvel Zombie storyline. That was
Right.
big. One of my favorite superhero horror movies is Brightburn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
that was rough.
or even though they didn't label this back in the day as such, remember the movie Firestarter
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the young Drew
Yeah.
Barrymore?
Yep. Yep. She was a
Yes.
pyrokinetic.
Yeah, that was actually a superhero horror movie. Now they
Yeah.
messed it up
Yeah.
when they did the reboot a couple years ago, but that
Yeah,
was
it
the
was terrible.
beginning of
Right. You're right.
No,
Right.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely. So I guess so in your line of comics, does each comic line happen in its own separate world? Is there any kind of connection between them?
There is a connection. When Bradley actually is the creator of the in Bradley's Creator's Bible, all the books are interconnected. Some books happen during in our past past state. Some of them happen in the future. Some of them happen in the present. And Detective Ben Doom, and that's I believe in These Damn Kids. But in the Sunny book, you see him as a rookie officer.
Okay.
Okay.
In the Leave on the Light book series, you had Detective Sarah McKinney. And something else about that Leave on the Light series, and I'll circle back. But something else about that Leave on the Light series, the lead character in it was a black female detective. Her name is Sarah Kinney. But anyway, you see her as a detective in that series, and then you'll see her later on as a rookie officer.
Okay.
But the thing that runs through all of the books is there is an evil presence. The evil presence is in the form of a slug or worm. We nickname it the bloodworm. And I actually got that name from a kid that walked by my table at a convention, and he stopped his mother. There was a picture of the worm wrapped around a kid with bloody teeth, and he stopped his mom. And he said, "Mom, look, it's the bloodworm." So we've named it that. That's what we've been calling it ever since.
There you go.
But, and what it was, Bradley's inspiration was the Conjuring universe. How all those Conjuring films were connected. So that was his inspiration.
Yeah, I think DJ had a question. You had a question, DJ?
Did you say the black female detective's name was Sarah Kitty?
Sarah McKinney. McKinney.
Oh, all right, okay.
Now, Sarah Kinney, what character is that? Is that from Terminator series? I believe so.
Sarah Connor.
Anyway,
Connor, yeah. I thought you said last name Kitty, 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 Sarah Kitty.
Yeah, it's McKinney.
Oh no.
Yeah, Marcus, you can see where the conversation goes when DJ's involved. So yeah, thank you, sir. You just nasty. Yeah, you keep drinking there, young man.
You would like our title, Victoria Black. Victoria Black is a assassin, but also a mother. And after her last job, the people she did the job for are coming after her and her family. So she has to protect them.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
So okay, Mark. So how do you see your titles growing? How do you see what's your grand plan for because this is black and independent, and we rooting for you. We are. What is the grand design for this? You like? Are you going to become Robert Kirkman with the Walking Dead universe, where every time you turn around, there's another zombie coming at you?
Well, you know what? Not so much. You can only do so much with zombies, but the
Yes.
horror you can do as much as you want because, well, originally when horror books were coming out, they were under that thumb of the Comics Code Authority. So it was different things that they couldn't show. They broke out into that underground movement, the underground market, and I mean they were going wild there, but still, you know, as far as the mainstream being under the thumb of the Comics Code Authority, you could only do so much. But now, since you don't have that, you have no limitations. It's like there are several different styles of horror, several different levels of goriness, of creepiness, and we want to explore all of them. That's the beauty of that Mississippi Zombie title, or even that Harvest of Horror title, because they're anthologies and all the stories in them aren't the same. You don't have a bunch of slasher stories or just a bunch of creature stories. You get a mix of everything. So you have some stories that are that old EC comic style that are
That's just what I was
meant to
thinking of too.
scare and terrorize. And then you have some that are more the modern stuff. The modern stuff is gory. It's like these kids nowadays, they don't have no filter. They coming at you with the axe, with the chainsaw.
Yep. Right about that.
You know, it's outside of, but there is the audience for it. And then there are those that would love the classic vampire. They love the romanticism of a Dracula, or the psychological turmoil of a werewolf. Changing back and forth all the time from human to wolf. And so there's just so many different styles and levels that you can explore. And we want to do it unhindered and unfiltered. We joke around all the time, Bradley and I, and we ask the question, like, who you going to tell? You going to tell my publisher? Oh, I am the publisher.
Right. Exactly.
So
when you're doing it, you can do exactly what you want, how you want to do it.
Exactly. And we have a very strong fan base for the stuff that we do. And I mentioned our new distributor, and I'm referring specifically to Universal Distribution located in Canada. We found out over the course of the last couple of years that we have a huge fan base in Canada. And by huge, I mean like the Mississippi Zombie series, the Volume 3 book debuted at #1 on Amazon Prime Canada. The book itself spent 3 weeks in the top 100 graphic novels. It spent a couple of weeks at number 17. But it debuted at #1 on Amazon Prime Canada. The Volume 2 of Harvest of Horror, it hit the top 100 graphic novels. It got as high as number 35. It spent 8 weeks in the top 100. But on Amazon Prime Canada, it got in like the top 20. We have a huge Canadian fan base. So it's always that issue of them getting books because the shipping is ridiculous trying to send stuff up there.
Okay,
So
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask how did that work? Yeah.
Well, the resolution for that is one, distribution that is specifically for the Canadian region. That's the only place Universal distributes. They've been doing this for over 30 years. They distribute exclusively in Canada. Now, because DC Comics recently signed with them, they're about to expand globally and even domestically. So we as a publisher, and if you go to the Universal site and click on independent publishers, you'll see we're the only people that they have there. So being right there with them on this journey that they're about to embark on, that's an exciting thing for us. It's a new chapter for us as not only a publishing company, but as a black publishing company to continue
Right.
to expand into the northern reaches. Just
Okay.
going through Diamond, we were able to do we were able to get out globally. Diamond has a facility in the UK, so retailers in that area are able to order. But being able now to specifically tap into this Canadian market is a big thing because they like our stuff. We know they like our
Right.
stuff. They'll be able to get it from their local shops.
Nice.
Hey man, that sounds like great news, man. You get extending the reach of your business, man, all the way up to the Great White North. That's nice.
Well, as a publishing company, and I don't say this to throw shade or detract from anyone's success or discourage anyone, but distribution is the way you're gonna have to get your books out. If your books are just sitting on a website, then you're not maxing out. You're not actually working to the full potential as a publisher to get your stuff out. Distribution is the way. So
Okay.
we've lined ourselves up with 3 different distributors so we can get our
Hmm.
product out. So we can get the books out. So the people who have signed up with us and have put their properties in our hand and said, "Hey, we want you to do this for us. We're hoping you can do this for us." And then we do a contract saying we will. We got to fulfill the contract.
Right.
But
So
distribution.
go ahead, DJ.
Go ahead.
Okay, so on that note, because I saw, I think you did an interview at, what was it, the Spooky Convention?
Yeah, Spooky Empire.
Yeah, yeah. And you were talking about, some of the things that you were working on writing and stuff like that. Me as a writer, I've got some buddies who can draw, who are artists, but over the years we never seem to, be able to get together to collaborate. When I've had ideas for stuff, that I needed somebody to illustrate. So, I mean, what would you suggest? First of all, to hook up with somebody that's an illustrator, so you can get your thoughts out, or do you trust, giving your stories to somebody and letting them, draw it or run with it, or how do you work on collaborating with someone?
Well, finding an illustrator that you can work with that you trust is a big thing. And if you're in a position to do that and have you all have that relationship where you can get your script to him and then you don't have to be on him every month, every 6 weeks to see if he's actually working on it. That you all have that trust relationship, then that is a good way to go. There are anthologies such as the Mississippi Zombie or the Harvest of Horror. I mean, Heavy Metal is an anthology such that you can submit your stuff to. And the thing is, you can't be afraid to do it. I think a lot of
Hmm.
people, the reason they don't do it is not because they don't have or see the mean or way to do it. They just don't have the confidence. They think, well, I don't know if my stuff will compare with some of the other guys' stuff. I don't know if my stuff will be mainstream. But I'm here to tell you, because of the Mississippi Zombie and because of the Harvest of Horror, we get guys that are straight independent guys. I mean, these guys are unknown in some cases. These guys are looking for a break in some cases. But those are the guys that we get, and those are the stories that we put out. And, it feels good to have these guys come back and say, one person in particular that I'm thinking of, he was at a con in California. And one of the artists for the Moon Knight series came to him, shook his hand, and told him how much he enjoyed his story. And this guy's floored,
Wow.
like, oh, you know who I am? He's like, yeah, I read your story in the Harvest of Horror Volume 2.
There you
So
go.
just having guys come up and having independent guys come up and say things like that, it gives us even more fire to do it because we know there are people that are just looking for that opportunity, they're looking for that break, and oftentimes the vehicle is not there. So we have two vehicles, and we're ready to fill them up and send them out. And they aren't just vehicles in name; they are proven properties. As I said, Volume 3 of Mississippi Zombie debuted at #1 in the Canadian market. And all the books, all the anthologies that we've put out have all been in the top 100 books, and at least 2 of them have been top 50, and at least 1 of them has been top 20. So yeah, the anthologies, man, people buy them. They like those short stories, but more so they like the fact that they're purchasing something and they're giving a new person a chance.
Yeah, that's
So
huge.
Marcus, for our 3 fans out there who watch this show who may be trying to break into the business, does Second Sight looking for talent, or how would someone like break into the business specifically?
We will put out a call for submissions for the books, and then with the submissions, they have to be complete stories. We don't accept just scripts. We don't accept partial work. We want complete stories. And the reason we want complete stories is because what happens is, instead of now us having to wait for the artist to complete the work, which may potentially hold up the production of the book, we get the story, we edit it, and put it right in the book. And it helps with the production of the book.
Okay.
We also, oftentimes, we do have a lot of artists or even writers that want to do something, but they don't have the other component. The writer doesn't have the artist. The artist doesn't have a writer. And it's like, we don't want to get in the middle or involved in that because of pay, of just the artist may flake out. The writer may flake. The writer may suffer from a severe case of depression, and now he's got writer's block, and he can't get those last 4 pages out. All types of things happen. So we don't want to be in the middle of that. It's not that we don't understand, because we do understand. In that understanding, we expect the creators on a professional level to understand that we can't hold up production because of that. So get your story and then bring the story to us, and then we'll put it out.
Nice. So DJ, finish that story and send it to him. He might take it.
And the beauty of this, I gotta stress this. The beauty of it is, we don't take your IP. We don't want your IP. All the creators maintain control and ownership of their IPs.
There you go.
All
That's what I'm talking about.
To publish it in the book.
That's huge.
So yeah, I have read some contracts with some companies, and they want you to sign your stuff over for 10, 15 years, in some cases for perpetuity. And for those who don't know what perpetuity means, that's forever. You don't get it back. So we're not trying to keep somebody's stuff.
Day.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Back in the day, they got jacked, man.
Oh yeah.
So
we're not trying
Marcus, when you gonna start having classes, man? Because your knowledge is golden, and there are people out there who need to hear this. Yeah.
Hey man, he's one of the stars of the history panel, man. He's one of the big guys, man. Big dogs up in that.
I actually have been spreading this word for a long time, and people, I don't know, I guess they really hadn't been listening, or they some people they have to find out on their own. But oftentimes, and this may be a bad comparison, but still, like I told my kids when they were young, you don't have to stick your hand in the fire to know you get burnt. Look at the scars on somebody else and ask them how they got it.
Spoken like a true father. Now, that's what I'm talking about. You know what, Marcus? We anyone who comes on this show earns the title, and you, my friend, just by your history and that little nugget that you just gave us, you now are officially Uncle Marcus and a grumpy old nerd, my friend.
I appreciate it.
You one of us.
It is an honor.
Man, we appreciate.
I'm already a grumpy old nerd.
Listen, there it is. There
Absolutely.
it is. And we appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. Now, Marcus, we gonna be on for a little bit longer, discussing some stuff. You are more than welcome to hang out with us, or you can escape while you can. It's entirely up to you.
Before he escapes, I need that submission information.
All right.
He needs submission info.
I definitely will get that to you. I'll go to our Facebook page, Second Sight Publishing LLC. All right, and just send me a message, man. I'll know exactly. Tell them that. Just say it's Uncle DJ, and oh, that's my brother. Yeah.
There you go.
So hit me up with it, man, and we definitely can talk further because it's opportunities out there. There are a lot of guys out there who, they just need to take the chance. I mean, I one thing about me is I have never been scared of failure. So when the opportunity presented itself, I took it because I didn't want to be looking at someone else and saying that could have been me.
Right.
I wanted to be I wanted to be right in the mix of things. So I mean,
well,
even as a publisher,
one of the things I guess. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, even as a publisher, the people are either going to say yes or no. And if one person says no, then you go to the next. And if he says no, you go to the next. And if you get tired of hearing no's, you say, the hell with it. I'm going to start my own. And you do your own.
Right.
See, and that's perfect because I find myself as a writer, I'm steady, like, okay, I don't know if I want people to see this. I don't want people to read this. And then I'll self-edit, and then I'll self-edit again, and I'll see okay, that period doesn't go here, it goes over there. And I'll end up, and you can sit there and second guess yourself to death. And at the end of the day, you've just got to have the will and the wherewithal to just push it out and say, okay, this is my art, this is my creation. I want the world to see it. And like you said, people could either say, okay, this is trash, or they can say, this is the greatest thing I've ever read or seen or whatever. So I applaud you and your efforts to bring your vision to life, man. It's inspiring. It truly is.
Well, I gained inspiration from some of the early publishers. One of my biggest influences is Bertram Fitzgerald and Fitzgerald Publishing and the whole Golden Legacy line of comic books in the late 60s, early 70s. Because what Fitzgerald Publishing was doing as a publisher back then, it's companies now that can't even match it. They had contracts with airline, with United, with American. They had AT&T. They had Amway. They had Coca-Cola. And they had these contracts with these companies that were actually paying them for their books that they would give to these companies and the books would give away. But this was money that they were using to produce books, to get books distributed. But also one thing that they did that I highly respect them for, they were based in New York, and Bertram Fitzgerald would go around to the art schools in New York. and get the young black artists, the young black writers, get the young black colorists and bring them in and have them work as interns in his company so they could get some experience.
Yep.
Yeah. Fitzgerald Publishing. Yeah.
That's fair.
Dude was
and
all of that.
And that's cheap labor too. You get a starving student, you pay them in a bowl of soup, and you okay.
You okay? That's right. But you find the comic books, and I challenge people to correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as comic books are concerned, not strips, but books, you had your first black female comic book writer in that line of books.
Wow.
And Golden Legacy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, they're very inspirational as a publisher. The things that he was able to accomplish with his company, the things that he did, the strides that he made, the examples that he set. I mean, you can follow those nowadays, follow his playbook nowadays and be just as successful because they are time honored. Setting up these contracts, getting these deals with these different big companies. I mean, we're talking late 60s, early 70s. Airlines were not hurt. They were big back then. Coca-Cola was huge. So, yeah, they were doing things, man, that you just didn't see from a black publisher. Not during that time.
So Uncle Marcus, what is Second Sight's social media presence like? What are you all doing to push forward in your marketing in that area?
Well, we actually have spent the last year in transition because we knew we had something with the horror, but to hear other people tell us that they know of us because of our horror stuff, it was a light bulb moment. And we were like, you know what? This superhero stuff is cool, but it's people out there that's doing it better. And we can acknowledge that. So let's do what we know we can do. Horror. Thrillers. You know, that's us. So that's what we have been working hard in the transition with that. We have a couple of big things that are coming down that I have to be careful in talking about it, but I can mention
Don't give it away.
Of the titles that we do have titles that have been optioned for film and streaming services, and we do have a couple of titles that greenlit. But we don't really talk about it because we don't want to settle for the number that they have. We want more. Not being greedy, but taking advantage of opportunities.
Be greedy. Be greedy.
Man, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. Like John Jennings' character, the hole, man, that's like a big gaping thing in the middle of my stomach. I'll eat everything. But no, we just taking advantage of opportunities. One thing that I noticed in my years with the World of Black Heroes and doing interviews with different people, with different publishers and different CEOs of companies and just talking with people. The one thing that I noticed was some of them were comfortable where they were at. Because this thing has different levels. And they hit a level and they were comfortable. Now, I'm not going to knock them because they were comfortable, but I want more. I don't want to settle for, my local library getting my books. That's big, but I want my books in the Smithsonian. What's wrong with me wanting that?
Okay.
As a company, I don't want to just go and donate my time to my local school. We as a company donated 1,000 books to the school system here. We're doing things how we want to do them, how we see or feel they should be done, us as a publisher, trying to make our mark in the industry. And
Well, wait a minute, Uncle Marcus. You donated 1,000 horror comic books to the schools?
oh no, they weren't horror. They were fantasy, but they weren't horror.
Okay. I was about to say, man, you giving the little kids nightmares.
I was gonna say giving kids nightmares for
You
days.
you would be surprised how many little kids have walked up to my table at a con, and I'm telling them, "Oh no, back up! This stuff is graphic." And their parents say, "Oh, he loves it. We watch it on TV."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
As a
"Okay,
matter of
well,
fact, that
where's your
happened at the
wallet?"
Urban Nerd Con.
Yeah, I'm like, "Where's your wallet? Buy this book."
Right.
It ain't my fault, little Timmy have that nightmare. Yep.
Right. Look, yeah, have your son read These Damn Kids, and then see what happens next.
Oh man, that particular title, the reception on it was very big. The style of art in the book was something that folks just weren't used to. So we even with the title Sunny, we are doing things different. You know, we aren't just trying to copy or imitate, but we are creators by trade. So we're always looking to make something that looks good to get out to people. So we've experimented with different styles, and the results have been real good on the books that are being released, the new releases we have. As I mentioned, you know, even with the Leave on the Light 1856, you look at that art style with Chris Panda compared to what you'll see in the Sunny, compared to what you see coming out of These Damn Kids. And we have our Arisian title, not the Arisian, I'm sorry, but the Cold Blooded title, which we have a series going on with that, which is going to be a totally different style from even all of those. But
I guess what I love most about all of this, Uncle Marcus, is that you make these comics for everybody, but these are distinctly black titles. Cold Blooded, These Damn Kids. Ain't no mistake. Who makes these comics? Who makes these comics? So I appreciate, on top of everything that, I appreciate that as well.
Well, we have these discussions, Bradley and I, because Bradley, like me, I've been a long time horror fan, and you know we are disappointed that we don't see more blacks in there, don't see more blacks in the covers, and through our disappointment, we said, you know what, we can do better, we can make the change. What? I'm not going to complain to Marvel about what they do to their covers. I'm going to do my own book and do my cover.
There it is.
Right.
There it is. That's powerful. That's powerful. That and the last days of us, forsake. That is powerful, sir. So again, any of my brothers, you all have any more questions for Uncle Marcus? If not, we welcome to hang out, my friend.
Well, at this time,
Marcus,
I'm going to have to take, but please have me back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. when you get that
doubt.
TV or movie deal rolling, you know we had, because we could say we knew you. That's black too. We knew you
And I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to leave you all with this. There's a line in the Sunny book that when we were putting the book together, Bradley was kind of nervous about. And I was telling him, you know, as black people, as a culture, we speak a certain way. We use certain phrases. We say certain things. And we can put this in this book. So there's a character, this black guy, that he's moved to the suburbs, and he doesn't like living in the suburbs. And he doesn't like living in the suburbs because, as he tells his wife, this is white people shit. Like, they got a little dog. with the dog. He's like, the dog. That's white people shit. It's like everybody knows weird shit happens around white people at night. You know, this is the way black people talk. This is the things that we say. So, you know, being true to form, being true to ourselves, this is goes in the book because like this is how we talk, and
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
I don't have to change it up because there's someone standing over my shoulder saying, "Well, I don't think black people talk like that." Man, I'm black. I know how we
Yeah.
talk.
And DC ain't nowhere that you'd be able to put that line in any of their books. Yes, you are absolutely right.
And the funny thing is, I was watching a movie, watching a series, and there was a particular episode that had these two black guys walking in the woods, and they saw these weird symbols. And one black guy says to the other, "Man, what is that?" And another black guy says, "I don't know, man. That's some old weird white people stuff. Let's get out of here."
And that's pretty much how it goes.
And
That's
that's
pretty
pretty
much
much
how it
how it
goes.
goes. Like this is the
So
way.
Uncle Marcus, there's some weird white people shit. That's where we will leave this show today. Appreciate you, brother.
I
And we
appreciate
will
all
definitely have you
Uncle.
back.
I look forward to hanging out with the Uncle Posse again.
All right, my
Yes,
man.
sir. Ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right.
Uncle Marcus Robert, Insight. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace.
So,
Take care.
all right, gentlemen. I want to talk about this series. I do, but I have a love-hate relationship with it right now,
Oh man.
and it's kind of the company has built up enough equity where I'll give the series a chance. I'm going to watch it all the way through, but I don't know if I'm enjoying it or not. That series is She-Hulk,
All right.
and
Oh, here we go.
because now personally, here come person. Because to be a sitcom and comedy is subjective of all the entertainment things, comedy is the most subjective because you're either going to laugh at something or you're not.
Right.
I don't necessarily find She-Hulk funny, but I keep watching because this is and please forgive me, but we're bordering on WandaVision levels of who's going to show up.
WandaVision levels of cap.
Yes. Because I'm not watching the show just to watch the show, just to see She-Hulk and what's going on. I'm watching She-Hulk to see the cameos of who will show up.
Interesting.
Or the nuggets that they'll drop of who might be showing up. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not Mephisto levels just yet. But
No.
we getting there. I mean, is it just me?
Well, I mean, last time we discussed the show, it was still kind of in the early stages, but it's kind of moved along
Right.
now, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that it is what it's gonna be, but at the same time, again, because it's a Marvel show, I'm hoping that some things will change along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, I'm not too sure about if that's gonna happen. I think it's pretty much, as I said, I think it's pretty much gonna be as it is. Pretty much like a TV version of the Burn Run of She-Hulk from the comics, where she's
Okay.
breaking the fourth wall.
Okay.
You see a lot of
Right.
ridiculous things happen.
Right.
Courtroom supposed to be like kind of like a courtroom comedy, but
Mm-hmm.
as you said, some of the jokes kind of fall flat. People are kind of hanging around to see who's going to show up. Like in a episode before, a couple of episodes ago, you had Megan the Stallion showing up.
Yeah.
You had Wong showing up. The episodes when Wong shows up were pretty cool. I personally like seeing more of Wong because I see different sides of his personality. Other than what
Right.
we've seen in the MCU film. So I thought that was cool. Seeing I still had a problem with seeing the Wrecking Crew the way I saw him, but
Oh, it was
you know,
terrible. It was
right?
terrible.
But we still don't. And by the way, we still don't know who was behind that. So
Right.
that's one other reason to kind of keep it going and keep looking. Keep watching. I should say. and kind of see where it goes. But I think Marvel is pretty much, especially with these Disney Plus shows, they're pretty much doing definite departures from what is quote unquote MCU style
Yes.
as far as
Yes.
the
Yes.
films, and so they're doing. I like to call it, I guess they call it MCU TV. You know, it's MCU TV, so they're gonna do some things that are a little different from the films, and hopefully they'll be able to still tie things in and tie it together. So I
Okay.
know we've got something coming up in previews, correct? The trailers.
Yeah.
We got a couple
Yeah.
of things,
But
right? So that's more of that.
DJ and Percy, your thoughts on She-Hulk, where it's going, where you want it to go?
I mean, it's. I'm taking it as it is. To be honest, I'm just enjoying the ride.
Great analytical take, DJ. Thank you.
No, but I mean, I'm not dissecting the hell out of it. I'm not expecting anything. Um, like I really, I wasn't really like, damn, when they gonna come out with She-Hulk? And I'm like, and then have expectations of it. I mean, it's something that showed up on my radar, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay, She-Hulk, okay, let me see what this is all about, and I'm just enjoying the ride. It's like, okay, this is cool. Fourth wall, some people are showing up. It's like some extra, some I don't know appetizers or whatever until some real shit comes along. Like
It's just filler, right?
No, you know what? That's a great way to look at it. I'm not even gonna front. DJ, okay. So if you look at it in terms
So it
of,
was expert
okay, this is,
analysis, John. Take that
it
shit back.
was. I mean, right. Fuck me. Clearly, DJ had some shit on his mind that he really needed to get off, and I just needed to stay out of the way. But if you just look at it as it's not an end game. It's not Infinity War. It's not Age of Ultron. It's not even Spider-Man No Way Home.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
something to just keep you. It's something to keep you hooked on the Marvel brand until the next big thing comes along, kind of forever. So if you just look at it as, you know what, keep my interest until I get the black people on screen. Yes, I see exactly where you are. I see exactly where you are, DJ.
I think it's. I think you. First of all, you got to remember what She-Hulk is as a character. She's always been that outside character. The main character is being exposed. That's damn, I keep forgetting her name. That's the main character. Always come after, be all in her ass and shit like that. So we know that's going to be continuing. But then these cameos, it kind of opened up the door for other things. Like we know Daredevil's going to pop up, which means she's going to team up with him. Most likely, somewhere down the line, they might hint to the Fantastic Four because in the comics she teamed up with them. So I think this is more like a Deadpool type of scenario where you get these cameos and they talking about stuff. Because that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Deadpool. The two Deadpool movies where cameos, certain people, he talks about certain things, she talks about certain things, like the whole Captain America thing. Yeah. We get all that stuff, but I think it's going down that line, and I think I think this is better than WandaVision, and I hate to say that, better than WandaVision
No, you don't.
because it's actually, I think that's what they know from. I think after John was complaining, we never saw true characters pop up. I think they corrected it and said, "Hey, in this series, we're going to show you all these people. We're gonna show you all these characters."
They listen to me.
Right. I think they listen to you. All these characters.
We even saw the Daredevil helmet.
Right.
Yeah.
So but who knows who's going to show up next in the series?
Okay. You know what? I can't even front. I look at it as cotton candy as opposed to a cheeseburger and fries. That's how I look at it from here on out.
Straight sugar.
My man. It's going straight to my ass. Huh?
No, why you were expecting to get full off fucking She-Hulk. I have no idea.
Well,
I just
okay.
like
You have to admit, when Marvel comes out with something, there's a certain expectation. There's something you're looking for, a particular brand of storytelling. And look, Miss Marvel and She-Hulk both have, and even Moon Knight have been okay, but they haven't been the exceptional storytelling that we're used to from Marvel.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You're okay. All of these series that you're talking about have been on Disney Plus. So I mean, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, you know, it's an appetizer, man. It's not the main meal. You know, when they have the tent pole. Okay, so let me ask you this. I know you're not a big gamer, so let me just explain it this way. I'm suffering right now, okay? Because we talk about video games, and you want me to like enlighten you and the audience about video games and stuff like that. There are studios like Rockstar, Bethesda, Ubisoft, you know, and these are like your MCU, you know, your DC, your big studios. And when they come out with the huge tent pole, you know, like here comes the Tom Cruise movie, here comes the, you know, whoever's the AAA, you know, top, you know, star of the time. You know, we're waiting on what's The Rock doing next. You know, what's the big thing? You know, what's Julia Roberts or whatever. I mean, right now, who is big? Like, who's the guy? You know what I'm saying? Who's the biggest that, you know, you're waiting on the next big thing, you know, from them, right?
In the MCU?
And so those studios, you know, are the ones you're looking for those movies to come out, you know. So, yeah, you know, you had In-Game, and fuck, how do you top In-Game? Well, honestly enough, the only thing that's probably going to even come close to the grandeur and the emotional appeal is Black Panther 2. They don't want to admit it, you know, because it's black on black on black, and it's female, and it's a lot of things going on with it, and they lost the big star, you know, they lost, you know, our guy. But, I mean, on a grand scale, nobody's looking for, you know, a meal, a buffet, you know, that even comes close, you know, than Black Panther 2. You know, Love and Thunder was just, it was just fun. You know, it was cotton, like you said, cotton candy. It was cake. You know, it was just, you know, drinks after work. You know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know,
Wild
with me
trash.
and video. I got me some
Nah, I'm just
alcohol.
messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. Do your thing.
I giggled my motherfucking ass off, but because I missed those shows with you guys, so I didn't get a chance to talk about it. But I giggled my ass off. But anyway, here comes video games. Like I'm replaying Fallout 4 right now, which came out years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed because instead of them working on and coming out with a Fallout 5, they tried to go the Grand Theft Auto 5 route because they saw how much fucking money, you know, Rockstar made off of Grand Theft and still making off of Grand Theft Auto 5. There is no IP. There is no property in entertainment. And that includes movies, music, whatever you want to, you know, whatever somebody created. Grand Theft Auto 5 by Rockstar has made more money since it has been released than any entertainment property in history, many times over. We're talking billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they're still making money to this day. And Grand Theft Auto 6 probably won't come out until 2024.
Even what was it?
Percy,
Mortal Kombat?
Whatever you're thinking about, Grand Theft Auto 5, if you Google it, if you research it, has made more money than anything ever. You can add them up. You can put Titanics together. You can put James Cameron's whole fucking library together. And Grand Theft Auto 5 has killed it. Killed it. And so all the game
Rockstar right
companies
now.
now are trying to figure out how to get some of that, and so instead of, Bethesda taking my beloved Fallout 4 and making Fallout 5, they decided to do this multiplayer, Fallout 76 to try to get some of that
75,
Rockstar.
76. Yeah.
Right. So these are AAA, what we call AAA games. And so when it comes to AAA games, I'm 54. I don't know how much time I got left, but damn, if you got to wait 10 years between, like tentpole movies, you may have to wait 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 or 5. But when it comes to these types of games that are just revolutionary, that are just like, oh my God, off the chain. The last great one, to be honest, was Red Dead Revolver 2. Or was it Red Dead Redemption 2?
Red Dead Redemption was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Man, phenomenal. The story, the dialogue, the graphics, the soundtrack, everything. These are what you live for when it comes to gaming. And the same thing with movies, and I'm trying to relate that to, movies like In-Game or things that we live for that we look at and we're just like, oh my God, yes, that was it. So everything else in between is appetizer. It's fluff. It's it's just to get you to that next thing because it takes so much talent and so much time and so much effort to make masterpieces like that. To really, put it together, it may be 5 to 10 years. So in that time period, you got to do something. So if we poo-poo everything that's out there that just keep us dated until we
That's
get
the
to the next
tagline.
thing,
You got to do something.
you gotta. Hey.
Did Rockstar pay? Did they pay that ransom? DJ?
I don't think so because the leak was released. So at this point, I think they're going the other route. Instead of paying the ransom, now they're just going hunting, like legally. Like Rockstar's got so much motherfucking money. I think they just got the what do you call them? What was the old school cowboy legal? What was the group that everybody was scared of in the old West? The insurance company.
The bad guys.
Marshals?
No.
The Marshals?
It was a private company.
Oh, Wells Fargo?
It was better than Wells Fargo. It's been plenty of stories. What was the guy's name? In Deadwood, they always talk about, they're from the such and such. And it's like, oh shit.
I don't
It's
remember.
a private group. Anyway, Rockstar is basically on that.
So they hiring people to track the leaker down.
Yeah, we hunt them down. Like basically, they're just like every lawyer, every whoever they're hunting this guy down to find out who leaked their GTA 6 info, even though it ain't coming out for a couple of years. But we now know that part of it is back in Vice City and some other stuff and there's some characters and whatever. But they hold this stuff dear. They hold this stuff like tight. Like they would never hire Tom Holland because he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
You never know. He might do be a voice actor for Grand Theft Auto. I can see
no,
that.
he may, but I'm joking. I'm just joking because I'm saying, he can't keep a secret.
Oh yeah,
Ruffalo,
he definitely cannot.
yeah.
They got Mark. Yeah, they did get Mark Ruffalo for that too.
Yeah,
So okay, I get Uncle DJ. You made your point about 20. But thank you for that.
Did you see the?
I would.
Did you see?
We
John
got
is
some trailers,
frozen.
I think, right?
What, Percy?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
No, I was saying. I was just saying.
Here I am.
Did you guys notice in the last episode the gentleman that was walking out the door with a costume?
With what?
With a costume. Remember that she had an appointment, and she was coming out the elevator
with
and
the
this guy
tailor.
going in. Yeah.
Oh, we're back at She-Hulk now. Oh, okay. That's okay. So.
Yeah, I remember that.
So,
what's up?
So they say that's supposed to be Frogman.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
But see,
Time
that's
will
to
tell.
DJ's point. That's to DJ's point in that they got all these D-listers floating around. But that's just to keep us interested. We're like a kid with ADHD. They're jangling keys in front of us until we do what we're supposed to be doing. So no, I get that. Thank you for that, because I was really disappointed in what they had She-Hulk doing. But
Listen, so
now
far, my
with
favorite
that,
character. Look, my favorite character is that Taylor.
that Taylor was flamboyant.
That's my favorite character right now.
I'm sorry, the
So,
Pinkerton. That's who it is.
Pinkerton.
In
Okay,
the old
gotcha.
Pinkerton.
The Pinkertons. Everybody was scared of the Pinkertons. The Pinkertons, like they're legendary. It's detective agency, but like more so than a detective agency. Like basically, they would hunt down. You know, they were bounty hunters. They were like duly elected lawmen when anybody rich wanted something taken care of, either above board or below board. The Pinkertons would get it done.
Okay.
Above
Well,
the
I
table
think
or
Uncle
under
Roy
the
is
table.
going to make us watch this trailer that he just threw up.
Okay.
Roy, what is this, Roy? Is this Secret Invasion?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Since you're going to make us watch it.
And we don't even get full screen, huh?
For years,
You ain't been here for
you've been avoiding
3 weeks,
Earth.
man.
I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different. How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we gotta be very careful now.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us. This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
Okay, so let me say this.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of the trailer for Marvel's Secret Invasion.
Well, that's not what I... Eric Voss,
Screw
get
you,
your
Eric
ass out of
Voss.
here. Yeah. To hell with you, Eric Voss. Let me say this. Again, looking at Marvel and their track record, this series looks really good.
Right, but it's
So
Disney Plus, so it's just supposed to
what's
be
Disney
like a
Plus got to
filler,
do
right?
with it? What's
Because it's
Disney
just
Plus got to
a
do with it?
series. I'm saying it's a series. It's just supposed to be a filler until the real thing comes out. We know
But that
there's
is
going to be that this leads into.
okay.
Doesn't it lead into the next
I
Miss
think it's
Marvel
probably going to
movie?
lead it. Possibly, it probably could lead into the next Ms. Marvel. It might lead into
No,
Thunderbolts.
that's all I'm saying.
It could lead into Secret Invasion.
Or it could just lead into
that is
WandaVision.
Mhm.
Okay, so hey Roy, can we check out the
One
Werewolf
of,
by
I'm
Night
calling it
trailer?
right now. I'm calling it right now. One of those Nick Furies is a Skrull.
Yeah, oh absolutely. Well, I say Rhodey is a Skrull. James Rhodes is a Skrull.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, but that's
This Halloween, you can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Tonight, it is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
But one of you is a monster, masquerading as one of our own. I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are. You'll wanna see this, darling.
Please don't do this. Death is coming for you!
Werewolf by Night.
all right. What the hell?
Hey man, they took it back. They took it back to the old school graphics and all of that, man. That looked like straight out of the 60s or 70s, man.
So it did. It did. So, should I be looking at this DJ as just filler? Because it's Disney Plus.
I mean, I think this they specifically put together for Halloween. You know, it's an entity into itself. Now, depending on who is the anti-hero of this, I mean, and Rod may know better than I'm sure. Is there a character that could be based in this series that they could be using this as an intro to that character to bring out on the big screen at some point?
Mephisto.
Well, actually, no. Moon Knight first showed up in Werewolf by Night.
Okay.
In the comic, that was the first
Okay.
appearance of Moon Knight. Is in one of those comics. I don't think Blade ever showed up in Werewolf by Night, but I know Blade was in Tomb of Dracula. So it could be like you said, DJ. They're trying to, around Halloween time, they're trying to come out with, something along one of those lines of, the Marvel horror style. But it's hard for me to kind of take Werewolf by Night seriously because the werewolf's name is Jack Russell.
Well, we know
Hey man, that's a great name. I don't care what you say, Jack Russell.
It is a great name for a terrier. You're correct.
Right.
No, Jack. If I'm creating a werewolf character, I wish I could have come up with Jack Russell. In a heartbeat, I would have come up with Jack Russell.
Really? A werewolf character?
In a heartbeat. That is fantastic.
His name is Jack Russell.
Okay.
In a heartbeat.
But I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching it. I'm in.
I'm in line. Me too. Me too. Absolutely.
See all of the all the corny horror tropes in there. I'll take it.
All the corny horror tropes. white
And
woman.
fun fact, the
tripping
director
over
of this, is Michael Giacone, who actually is the composer of a lot of soundtracks. He's a composer for a Star Trek soundtrack. He did a bunch of movies, and now this is his first directorial effort.
So wait a
Yeah,
minute, he's
probably
been
his last.
musical director, so now he's directing film,
Yeah,
and we're supposed to be excited about that.
I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably his
Damn
last.
it.
His first
God
and
damn.
last.
Wow. Well, as I look at the clock not on the wall, on my computer screen, I see that we're quickly running out of time. Once again, we want to thank Uncle Marcus Roberts of Second Sight Publishing for hanging out and talking with us today. Uncle Percy, what you got for the people on the way out? Oh, first of all, how are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling much better. I'm walking around like Fred Sanford right now.
Okay.
But I'm getting better. So what do I want to talk about that can last till about 9:30?
Oh yeah, fuck that. DJ, what you got?
Oh, we didn't you know what
We didn't
happened
do a
to the
lot of
question
shit,
of
but
the week?
we went long with Marcus. Oh yes, thank you. That's a good thing. So Percy, roll that out then.
What's that?
Roll what out?
The question of the week.
We didn't decide the question of the week.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, DJ.
What's the question of the week?
Clearly, we haven't come up with one. But the idea. Now you want to talk. Go ahead, Percy.
No, go right ahead, John. It's your show. I'm just a producer.
This man.
Hey James,
Jesus
I see you
Christ.
talking about Andor. We're gonna get with that one next show.
Yeah, I
So
don't
wait a
think
minute.
I didn't get a chance to watch that.
I'm about to say it's out now, right? We can watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, 3 episodes.
Came out today.
Okay. Oh, it's
Yeah,
not a one night thing. It's a series.
Yeah, it's a series. They dropped the first 3 episodes already.
Okay.
About a character who we know is going to die.
Wow. Thanks. Spoiler
Anytime.
much.
Well, I mean, yeah, we know he's going to die. So what we want to do is have a question of the week, and we'll post it on Grumpy Old Nerds on the Facebook page and other media, and then we'll talk about that particular question of the week that next week. So those of you are 2 or 3 fans out there, we'll have a question of the week for you, and then we'll talk about it next Wednesday. Is that about the gist of it, Percy?
Yeah.
What should we be watching? I probably won't. I'm probably working the next couple of weeks, but I'm just curious. What should I be watching for the next couple of weeks? What's on the list?
Andor, She-Hulk,
Andor,
and
Rings of Power.
Black Adam be out in 3 weeks?
Power, I've been watching. I love that.
Oh, we need to talk about Rings of Power, definitely.
Okay, House of Dragon.
What about? I was going to say,
House of
what
the
about House of
Dragon.
the Dragon? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All
So
right.
we're gonna get caught up on all that.
Well, Black Adam's coming out in a couple of weeks. We got a couple of weeks before Black Adam comes out.
Oh, it's coming
All
out
right.
soon?
Huh?
It's coming out soon?
Black Adam, yeah, in a couple of weeks.
Anybody seen Woman King?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I want to, though.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Well, since you put that on our mind, Uncle Rod, anything you got for the people on the way out the door?
Nothing right now, man. Just hey, everybody. You know that Rona's still out there. We had a couple of people catch it around my near my workplace, so be careful out there. It's still out there waiting on you. Take your precautions. Take your precautions.
Like Ashy Larry is out there waiting to catch your ass when you least expect it. DJ, what are you doing? What are you wiping down, DJ?
I kind of was frustrating that my glass was empty and I kind of tipped it over and it wasn't as empty as I thought. And so this is my power cord to my laptop, which I hope that, the liquid isn't,
Lord Jesus have mercy. Roy, what's coming up on the network?
Nothing.
Jesus Christ. So there's no. What about the sports show on Black College Sports Network or the volleyball or games that you're?
or my use, Mayu.
Maybe. Like, right, really, where did that come from?
I think we had a new
I
show.
don't know, man. Well, no, Nerd Out is not a new concept. No, actually, I'm just being facetious somewhat.
Oh, thank you.
What I would like folks to do, those that believe in the power of prayer, if you're energy, send us some positive energy out. We got something in the works right now that could be extremely not could be will be extremely transformative for us as a network. Got to kind of keep it under wraps, but we can always get the support of people. What the hell?
Okay, so you lost DJ when you said prayers because he's a heathen. So just send positive
Well, that's what I said.
vibes,
It's
DJ.
positive vibes, energy, whatever you got, bruh.
DJ's
Anything
like
positive,
prayer.
we taking it.
I'll take a shot for you.
All right. Well, we've come to the end. The time is now. Thank you to Uncle Marcus Roberts for joining us from Second Sight. Appreciate you, man, and
Yeah,
we
that
will
was
have you back on.
very
For
Who's next week?
the
Who's coming on
missing
next week?
Oh, we got Megan Thee Stallion
Rod.
from
Definitely not making the stallion. However, that would be pretty interesting. But
Wait, if you saw the show She-Hulk, then you know that I'm the kind of guy that said, "Yeah, we got Megan Thee Stallion. I totally believe we can get Megan Thee Stallion. Come on now." It is
right.
definitely not some old white woman that turns into Megan Thee Stallion. It's Megan Thee Stallion. I'm telling you.
Lord have
Hopefully,
mercy.
we have a guest lined up. Hopefully, we can make it happen. Somebody else from the Urban Nerd Con that we had this past July will be coming through, kicking it with us for a little while. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
We'll make that happen.
Absolutely. So for the missing Auntie Nicole, hope you're back with us soon. Uncle Percy, Uncle Rod, Uncle DJ, Uncle Roy, and I am Uncle John. Thank you once again, Uncle Marcus Roberts, for joining us. We are the Grumpy Old Nerds. We will catch you next week. Night night.
All right, everybody.